And what an exciting event. I mean, very dynamic, fast fire, great information, and I'm very excited to be a part of this program, especially this segment. Well, I'm going to keep this as brief as possible because we basically have about 15 minutes. So let me start by introducing our next speaker who has 20 years of experience as an HR practitioner gained from various industries across geographies. She is currently the talent management and organization development head of Manila Water. Uh, Manila Water Company's corporate center and vice chair of the Academe Industry Committee of the People Management Association of the Philippines. With no further ado, let's give a loud virtual welcome to Miss Mayee Miranda. Mayee, welcome.
Good afternoon, James. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello.
Well, as we all know, based on the program, we have a very exciting topic to address, which is the top problem solving innovations in people management. So,
Mhm.
Mayee, I want to just let you take the floor, take the stage, and just share with us, number one, a snapshot of your experience based on what you've seen, what you've witnessed in the workplace, in your organization, when it comes to this transition that we just heard about in the last segment, where the government is pushing for most people, if not all people, to return to the office. With that comes the obvious lashback of people being hesitant, reluctant, anxiety, and just saying, why should I even bother coming back to work? How have you and your organization dealt with this? And what sort of innovations have you guys been able to develop, come up with, and implement?
Okay. So when we talk about innovation, people usually think about machines, data analytics, etc. But let me just talk about first our purpose as a company and focusing on leadership. So the way to convince our employees to come back to work, although not all the time because of the alert levels, is by allowing our leaders to engage them and communicate with them about the purpose of our company, why we exist in the first place, who are our customers, and why do they need us, why are we needed in the facilities, in the business areas, etc. So once they have come to embrace that purpose of ours, our vision, mission, and values, our core values, and of course, our goals, that's the time we introduce all other parts in terms of structure, systems. So the way to convince them, we also look at the way we structure our organization. Is there a way to manage employees, enable them without having to really go to the office? We provide virtual collaboration tools. Of course, everybody probably in this forum have already done that since the pandemic. But on top of this virtual collaboration tools that we use, came the problem of Zoom fatigue, right? So our company came up with what we call the virtual collaboration manifesto, wherein we want to prevent people from being overly tired in attending meetings. So we created norms on how to attend meetings, what to prepare for, and as much as possible, don't set meetings at past 5 or before 8, before work hours, those things. We also supported them by installing mechanisms on mental health, not just by inviting mental health professionals, of course, but we also enabled some of our employees, we call them volunteers or professional friends. We allow them to go on trainings because we want this to be more sustainable. And the company will also have to manage our financials. So we need to enable ourselves and empower ourselves to be able to do mental health counseling as well. So we have employees whom we call professional friends, whom other employees can just tap, okay, in a confidential manner if they want to air out some they want to vent out some problems at work without their managers knowing about it. So these are things that we try to install in our companies. On the fun side, of course, we try to gamify things when we do town halls, meetings, to ensure, and we have a lot of change management initiatives in our company. So how do we ensure that they remember all these things that we try to implement in the organization? So we try to gamify. We have a lot of quizzes and prizes. Employees, they like these things. Even the little stuff, they like receiving small tokens or prizes. So we try to gamify. And in that manner, it's a way for us to instill knowledge or new information to them. What else? We have also explored things that go beyond the needs of our employees. But of course, our customers are our leaders, so we need to focus also on cost management. In terms of hiring, while we have saved costs because we have automated our recruitment process, we have also come up with a mechanism to hire people. We try to study the roles of our employees, which roles can be further streamlined, and which roles can actually be um, what do you call this, can be tapped using the human cloud or interns. Okay, so those things we try to explore because we would like to have a balance of our employees being engaged and our company financials being very stable. So we have to have a balance of those two. And so far, I think we're doing well because, sorry, I have to say that. I think we're doing well because we have some, uh, a contest within a company. We call it Gawad Kapit Bisig and Kaanib sa Agos, wherein we promote cross-functional teamwork, either mandated by the company or through voluntary group work. And we can see that collaboration is really present because the employees are able to come up with new things that they're able to think of, processes to address turnaround time, customer service, revenue management, without the company prodding them on a regular basis. So I think the innovative tools, if you would call them, that we have introduced, either in the form of fun events or serious restructuring, I think they're working because we have a number of entries. We have, it's already our second year of implementing it, or third, and we there are a lot of entries that come in, and we had to invite external guests, just judges, just to decide on who the winners of this contest would be. So I think that's a way for us to know if we are effective in implementing this. And of course, the usual evaluation process for every new intervention that we implement, whether it be in the form of um, um, a process or a tool that we use, we send out an online survey to our employees to check how the tool or the process is working. And because of that, we are able to enhance our current processes. Evaluation is necessary, and our employees are very open to these kinds of systems in our organization.
Wonderful. And what I'm taking away from this is you guys have created an environment within your organization that is not only safe. We all know about compliance, the safety with everything, the government mandates, that the World Health Organization mandates, and all of that. But what it sounds to me, the innovative part of what you're saying is you're going beyond that. You're creating not just a safe environment, but a fun environment, a productive environment, an environment that instills a level of engagement. And I love the idea of empowering people within the organization, converting them into resources, not necessarily psychiatrists, but people who can create a support system amongst their peers. I think that's very powerful as well. Let me squeeze in at least one personal question. And by the way, for anyone who's in attendance, if you'd like to ask questions, feel free to use the chat function, and time permitting, we will cover or address as many as possible. So I guess my own personal question is, with all that you're doing and your organization is doing and all that you've just shared, there's always going to be those one or few people who are still just adamant about not returning to work. In
Mhm.
those cases, is there something that you do differently, or is there a protocol in place if someone, and for whatever reason they might have, just say, you know what, not having it, just don't want to come back to the office? What would you do in that circumstance?
Well, I would answer in theory because so far we have not experienced that kind of employee. But admittedly, during the start, we have had some hesitations on going back due to the virus, of course. So what we did was we did a lot of communication. We had a lot of comms. So town halls happening, emails and talks coming from doctors on a monthly basis, and then a regular campaign on stay safe, stay healthy, stay productive. We have a regular campaign on that, so those are nonstop. And we empower our leaders and make them accountable in talking to the employees, ensuring that there is what we call P2P or puso sa puso, one-on-ones happening to scope the concerns of the employee. And if it's something that they can address, for example, I have a family, I have a baby, I have a mother who is already what 70 years old, and I fear that I might bring the virus to her. So our managers are empowered to decide on their own if they think it is something that can be excused, or they can give that leeway to the employee. So we are not very strict at a corporate level that these are the only things that you can implement. So we tell our heads and managers that you know your operations. At the end of the day, you're accountable for your numbers. So you decide on how to navigate your way around the organization and to manage your people. Okay, so that includes producing results and ensuring that there won't be any form of disgruntlement among them.
Wonderful. Great, great insights. And boy, has that 15 minutes evaporated. Well, Mayee, on behalf of myself and everyone here, thank you for sharing those insights. I hope everyone was taking notes and writing fast and furiously. Again, my pleasure to be here and to host this segment. If questions do come in, I think we will address them at some point. Mayee, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for everyone who's made this happen. Good luck.